What's up, everybody, and welcome to the other side of the firewall, where we break down the latest cybersecurity news and information. We interview people of color who are moving, shaking, glass ceiling breaking in industry, and we just talk overall IT and cybersecurity. My name is Ryan Williams, and today, as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What up? What up?
And LeVon Maynard.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Good as we can be.
That's right.
Switch it up. I messed y'all up. Come switching things
Good
up.
as we can be. Hey, look, I'm rolling.
And that intro is going to be different all 5 times, by the way, because I don't know which one I like yet. So on today's show, we're going to talk about Microsoft Teams and Zoom being hacked, but as part of a contest with a $1 million payout. So it's good news. So I took this one myself because I like these topics, like these hackathons and cyber capture the flags and things of that nature. Even though I haven't competed in one, I am always fascinated how companies pay people to break their stuff. So with this one being said, so this one was the annual Pwn to Own competition, because that's what we call things. And the Pwn to Own, the hackers, they won a joint $400,000 in the competition, which has the competition itself has now doled out over more than $1 million in prizes. It's hugely popular video conferencing tools to take control of users' PCs. So basically what they did was Zoom allowed them to have access to the platform and just to see what they could do with it. We've highlighted this in the past when we talked about Google doing the same thing. Microsoft's done the same thing, this time with Teams, but in the past they did it with Exchange, as well as I want to say it was Skype. I want to say we talked about in the past, but I can't really remember off the top of my head. But they do this a lot. So they're just basically trying to find those bugs before other people find them, and then try to put these people's knowledge and tools to good use. What do you guys think about this?
I think it's great. I think it's something that's pretty popular. I mean, they've done this for a long time, just to have competitions for hackers to see if they can get to systems, see what they can do, find vulnerabilities. It's a popular, and I think it's a pretty productive method to identify vulnerabilities in software, company software, as opposed to relying on somebody to get hacked first, and then you kind of go back and try to clean up the steps afterwards, and fix things that you found were broken after somebody's access to your database or what have you. But yeah, it's pretty much going out there, finding the bugs, rewarding people for their efforts. I know in the past they've had people that have been put in jail for hacking systems, and then they're like, hey, we're going to go and hire you since you have such a illustrious skill. You have a particular set of skills that can they can find you. No, they can find the viruses, they find the holes in your application, and just hire them to actually improve the security. And they can, after they improve the security, have the hacker continue to try to access it and see if the holes are actually patched properly, and then go from there. So I think this is a great thing that they're doing. Obviously, these are some of the two biggest companies in teleconferencing right now, and so it's good to have these situations set up so that they can make sure that the software is secure, especially as we all know, COVID's still thing right now. And obviously during the peak periods of COVID, everybody was online chatting, talking with the school or work, doing work through Teams or Zoom, and so make sure that's secure is pretty much paramount. So yeah, I think it's great, and it's good that people get rewarded for their efforts. I mean, if I had some hacking skills, I'd probably try to go in there and see what I can do and try to enter one of these contests, but I'm not at that level yet. But what you got on this, Shannon? What you think?
So it's sad that they have to do all this after they drag your daughter out from under the bed. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
For anybody that's seen Taken.
That's right.
That's what happens. They got to drag your daughter out from under the bed first. But no, this is a good thing, right? And what I really liked about this, right, is the companies going out and doing this like they realize there's a problem, right? Like they realize what we have said on this show how many times, right? That nothing is 100% safe, right? Unless you become a hermit that lives out in the woods somewhere with no cell phone, no credit card, whatever, right? Like nothing is 100%. And the way they go about doing it is that they won't even release what those vulnerabilities were until after they patched them, right? So this is very white hat, right? Like it's one of those things where it's like, hey, come show us what our vulnerabilities are, right? Okay, we'll pay you, we'll give you. Because here's the thing, that team being paid out $400,000 is a lot less than it would be whether it be from revenue loss from lack of trust in the public. You know what I mean? Actual ransomware, right? Somebody holding your stuff hostage, right? And then so like if I'm a company that's using one of these tools, right, and then I get hacked, even if I pay it, I'm probably still going to go after that company like, hey man, you told me this was supposed to be good to go. What are we doing here, right? But the fact that they release it after they have a patch out there, I like that. You know what I mean? And again, this is we want to say the good guys, right? That's what we hope, is that this is the good guys out there in these competitions. But I don't know. Right. Ryan said he's done it before, so I don't know how good these guys are. I don't know if they're really
they must not be that
I've always been interested.
Too good.
Bad guys. Ryan likes some bad stuff. No, I'm joking.
Right. There must be some bad apples over there.
Yeah. But no, like, and even in this article, like they even sent out a tweet about how much money they had spent. They'd gone over the $1 million mark and what has been paid out already in this competition, 0 Day Initiative, right? It said with that last award, we're now $1,020,000 awarded for the contest with 9 attempts to go. So they just broke. It says it's the first time we've crossed the $1 million mark at Pwn to Own, right? So they just broke the $1 million mark, and they still got 9 attempts to go to where they could still keep paying out people, right? So, I mean, this right here lets you know how serious it is, how real it is out there, right? And these companies, and this is, and especially when it comes to Microsoft, right? Microsoft, this is their bread and butter. They want to make sure everything is safe. They put out there, right? Like they put a product out there that 90%, 95% of the world is using. You got to make sure it's safe, right? So, I mean, I like that they do this. Like, this is the first time I'd even heard of this. You know what I mean? This Pwn to Own. Like, I'd never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's the first time I heard of this particular competition.
Yeah. I mean, I know these competitions go on, but Pwn to Own, I read the name and I was like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, right.
But no, this good thing. I mean, I guess bad can come from it if you have like a bad actor, right? I'm pretty sure when they go in there, they got to sign NDAs, right? So
yeah.
Competition, that's what you had to do, I imagine, right? Sign an NDA saying, hey, you will not release what you saw here, whatever. It will be released through the organization or the company or whatever, whatever vulnerabilities are found. So, but in this day and age, you got to be careful, right? You got those bad actors, or you just have somebody out there that just wants to prove they're so great at hacking, right? So they can, especially out there with the Twitters, right? With the Twitters and the
Twitters,
and the Facebook,
that's right,
LeVon?
That's right.
Like you got all this social media out there that somebody might think is worth it, right? Like I don't care if I violate an NDA, I'll just show people how smart I am, right? Mm-hmm. That's just kind of what you come across. And again, I'm not on social media, but the people I talk to offline, that's kind of what I get from that, right? Is like they just want to be putting their life out there for some reason. I don't know. But
but I think it's all contained though. Like when they put it together, like I want to say it was probably 5 or 6 years ago, the Air Force had the hack us initiative. They're like, yeah, come hack us. Everybody was like, that's a bad idea, but we never saw anything to our knowledge bad come out of it. So I think it's a very controlled environment. I think you have to, like you said, sign NDAs, things of that nature. So you will sign up to take the money, you've identified yourself as somebody who has the skill and ability to do this. So
right.
I think it's twofold.
And I'm fairly certain like the environment is closed, right? Like you're not gonna
I would assume so.
Environment, but like I don't know if they're keeping you guys in a compound somewhere where you don't have phones or whatever, right? Like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter are right there on the phone that you'll go to.
That's true.
Into that night.
But do you want that money?
I hear you. I hear you. I'm just saying
$200,000 a pop, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So I think I also agree. I think it's a good initiative. I think it people have a lot of time on their hands. People want to do this stuff for free, so why not give them the incentive? Like, hey, if you do this for us, there's money involved and a potential job in the future, and they may be able to reinvest that money and make a company out of it or something like that. So sky's the limit. But full disclosure, so the 2 guys who won were computist. There you go. From the Netherlands. I can't pronounce either one of their names. I'm not going to try to butcher it. They used a 3-bug chain to exploit Zoom Messenger and get code execution on the target system, all without the target clicking anything. So it's pretty slick how they got in there. So congratulations to them. And I hope to see more of this. I don't know if I ever get my skills up enough to actually be in one of these, but I know that they have many competitions that aren't like at this level, but basically like you jump into uh, kind of a lab environment, and then you're asked to complete certain tasks, and it kind of builds up your hacking ability. So you see, like you go up levels. So it's kind of like almost like a game. So I know those exist, and I see people post those on LinkedIn all the time. So they were like, "Hey, I made it to level 32 of X, Y, and Z," and I'm like, oh, "That's pretty cool. I might try one of those one day."
Oh yeah. I know you guys kind of touched on it earlier, but I was thinking like, you know, they use these like these hackathons, you know, these like you know, hacking competitions to kind of build up a registry of hackers so they can like you know, have some
Yeah,
organization like monitoring them and like get your can we get your address, can we get your name and number, you know, oh put your social security number. It's like so we can start tracking you from now on, so you know, in case something goes, you know, goes crazy, or you just decide to use your powers for evil, we know
right.
who you are, where you're at.
At
You
least
sound
that's what
like
I
a
think. I think that's what's going on behind the scenes.
Right, right.
you sound like a pwn to own and on right
That's
now.
right. That's right. They got they injecting you with chips and they're controlling you. No, it's
Hey,
all
you
good.
never know, but no,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool, especially with those two platforms being so huge. Like we record this on Zoom, full disclosure, and I use Teams almost exclusively during the beginning of the pandemic, as they would call it, as the kids would call it. So those are two huge platforms. So it's good to see.
Yeah.
But with that being said, thank you to both my hosts for joining me for this episode. Thank you to all the people out there listening on Anchor. Please continue to do so. Share with your friends. For those of you watching on YouTube, like, share, hit the bell. If you're on any other platform, because we're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, just continue to consume us, share us with other people, and let us know what you like, what you don't like, so we can talk to you. Again, you can find us on the websites, www.theothersideofthefirewall.com. On Twitter, we're at @on_firewall. Facebook, it's The Other Side of the Firewall. Instagram is The Other Side of the FW. And you can reach me personally on Twitter, LinkedIn, Clubhouse, IG, and TikTok as Rai Security Guy. That's at Rai or at RYRY Security Guy. There you go. And
Mm.
LeVon?
You can hit me up on the Twitters at LeVon Maynard. That's it.
There it is. All right. Y'all be easy.
All right, take care, everyone.